Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to load up our film. I'm going to sit the camera on its front, so just before I do that, I'm going to put the lens cap back on there, and we can lean it on its front. Okay, so to get access to, I guess like the film cartridge or the area in which we load our film, we need to open up the back. Now to do so, there's actually a lock on the back, the silver dial, and there's an arrow pointing right. What we need to do is just flick that across, and that will now open our back. Okay, now this will now look familiar to the other cameras we've looked at so far in your videos. We've got a film spool, okay, area where we put our new film in, where we load it on. And before doing that, we obviously need to move the spool to the right area. So this is the leftover spool from the previous film or the previous user. So to remove this spool, we have a sort of tab at the side which we need to pull. Okay, and that's going to let us have access to removing. There we go. Removing the spool, and that just flicks back. Okay, so that's spring loaded. Okay, so we need to move this now to the upper section. So again, pull there. That should clip in. Drop it in, and then to check, we can just give that a little move. Make sure that's not going to come out. Okay. It seems to be secure. Okay, so now we need to load our film into this bottom area. Again, got a roll of film, taken off the paper on the outside, and there we have it, our unexposed film. So in other instances, we would have loaded to the black side as showing us, but in this case, we did make sure that actually the black side of the film is facing inwards. So what we need to do, let's get it in first of all. So let's slot that in. Yep. Okay, so that's secure. And what we're going to do now is just pull across, load that in. Okay, and then we're going to use the lever on the side, the dial. Okay, and we're just going to rotate that round until that locks in. Okay, classic. My tabs come out, so I need to give that another go. So let's just drop that in. So I can use my finger to hold it there while we wind it round. Okay, and you can start to feel that tension. Okay, and then that's good. Okay, I can let that go with my finger. I can keep winding round until we can see this black arrow. Okay, we need to get this arrow here in line with the two red dots here. Okay, so this has been marked up for us, so we know where to wind on for our first frame. Okay, so now that's aligned, we can drop that down. We can now close the back. So if we just bring that up, push down, and use your thumbs on both corners, make sure that's down. You would have heard a click. That's secure. Okay, and now we can bring the camera back upright and use the lever just to wind round, to wind on to our first frame. At the moment it's on 0. That's now moving. There we go. It's actually now locked off. We're loaded onto frame 1, if you can see that. We're ready to shoot our first frame.